Welcome to Joy Beyond Norm Knowledge English Workshop. Today we're going to explore how Taiwan's location affects young Taiwanese people's future. We'll cover both strengths and risks.
You know, Taiwan's location, it's a real paradox, isn't it? On one hand, you've got these incredible opportunities, but on the other, there are some really serious challenges. And figuring this out isn't just some boring homework assignment, this is literally about your future.
I mean, it's a huge question, right? How can one single spot on the map define your whole career? Well, all these unique things shaping Taiwan, think global trade, that insane tech dominance, they all directly hit the kinds of jobs and skills you're gonna need. So yeah, getting a handle on them, that's your first step to building a really solid future.
Okay, so first up, let's really dig into this paradox. We're gonna start with the good stuff, Taiwan's powerful advantages.
You might think being an island is isolating, but nope. That geography has actually been flipped into this incredible source of strength. It's a classic story of turning what you have into a massive advantage.
So it all pretty much boils down to these three things. You've got a strategic trade hub, a global tech cluster, and a kind of global visibility that's way bigger than you'd expect for its size. Let's dive into the most critical one right away.
So you might be asking, how did this even happen? Well, without a lot of natural resources, Taiwan had to get creative, right? It focused on these super high-value industries, basically turning brainpower into its most valuable asset.
And wow, this chart really shows you what that focus achieved. Think about it. Since the 80s, the government poured money into places like the Hushinchu Science Park, and there was this huge push for engineering. That's how you get giants like TSMC. And today, Taiwan makes over 60% of all the world's semiconductors. Just incredible.
But get this, when you're talking about the most advanced chips, the really cutting-edge stuff, that number jumps to over 90%. Just let that sink in for a second. Over 90%. This isn't just some market share statistic. We're talking about the digital backbone of the entire global economy. Your phone, data centers, your car, it all runs on this. It makes Taiwan absolutely 100% indispensable.
All right, but as we all know, every coin has two sides. That same location that creates all these amazing strengths, well, it also brings some pretty significant risks. So let's flip it over and look at the challenges that come with being right in the middle of everything.
These challenges really break down into three main buckets. You've got that intense geopolitical tension, a major dependence on imported resources, and some really strong competition right next door.
Okay, to really get the whole geopolitical thing, you have to know this term, the first island chain. It's basically this series of islands, from Japan down through Taiwan to the Philippines, that forms a kind of strategic wall in the Pacific. And guess what? Taiwan is smack dab in the middle of it, which puts it right under a massive spotlight.
So here's the heart of the issue, this contested position. You have China, which views Taiwan as part of its territory. But then Taiwan's democracy and its tech powerhouse status have built these really close relationships with the US, Japan, and Europe. Being stuck right in the middle of that rivalry creates this constant underlying uncertainty. And the risks aren't just about geopolitics either. Let's go back to that huge semiconductor industry for a second. Making those chips takes a mind-boggling amount of electricity and water. But here's the catch. Taiwan has to import over 95% of its energy. That makes it super vulnerable if anything goes wrong with global supply chains. Okay, so we've laid it all out. Massive strengths on one side, serious risks on the other. So what in the world does this all mean for you? Let's get practical. Let's talk about the playbook, the strategy for turning this whole complex situation to your advantage. Strategy number one is simple. Lean into Taiwan's strengths. We're talking about learning international languages so you can connect with global partners. It means diving deep into those digital and STEM skills that are the engine of the economy. It means getting out there and getting real-world experience through internships. And of course, building a global network. And hey, this doesn't mean everybody has to become a computer engineer. This example is just perfect. Think about it. A student who loves history, but also learns Excel and some basic coding, suddenly they're super valuable for jobs that need both research and data analysis. It's all about mixing what you love with skills that people actually need. All right, strategy number two is all about building resilience, making yourself future-proof. How do you do that? You build a flexible career that isn't stuck in one place. You learn about sustainability to tackle those resource problems. You focus on innovation and creativity to stay ahead of the game. And yep, there it is again. You gain those incredibly powerful cross-disciplinary skills. This is such a great example of what resilience looks like in the real world. You have a young graphic designer who builds an online portfolio and starts working with clients from all over. Now, even if the local economy hits a rough patch, she's still got income coming in from abroad. She's built her own safety net. It's brilliant.
And check out this other awesome example of that cross-disciplinary power. A student who's great at English also learns how to use AI tools. Now, she's not just good at English or knows AI, she becomes the bridge, the essential link between the tech teams and the global clients. That combo makes her totally invaluable and really, really hard to replace.
So, let's bring it all home. The path forward here isn't about freezing up or just hoping for the best. It's all about being proactive and getting prepared.
When you boil it all down, the main takeaway is this. Taiwan's future really depends on a new generation that gets this reality. A generation that's globally minded, that has the right skills, and that's resilient enough to handle whatever the world throws at it.
So, I want to leave you with this one last question to think about. Now that you know the strengths you can tap into and the risks you can actually prepare for, how do you feel about your future? Are you optimistic? That's a question that really only you can answer.
Join Beyond Norm Input-Output Training, the best way to master English speaking and writing in Taiwan.